What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. So it is gonna be an exciting vlog, you guys. As you guys can tell from the thumbnail and title, we are going to be throwing a turbo kit onto the 86. I definitely have never done anything like this, but I am so excited and I get to bring you guys along for the journey as well. I'm currently headed to Studio RSR right now because they're gonna be the ones helping us out with the installation of this. I know I mentioned to some of you guys I might have been throwing in a 1JZ, doing a swap on that, but I'll get a little bit more into detail as to why we didn't go into that direction. But right now, let's go ahead and pull up to Studio RSR. We're less than 5 minutes away, and we got a bunch of packages and everything, so I got to tell you guys what turbo we're using and how much power we're going to make, and just a couple other parts that we are going to be using for this installation, you guys. I'm so freaking excited. I'll see you guys in a moment. All right. Big spell comp sword. I got all the trophies and stuff. Like, they have a sim right here for all your practices. Sheesh. That'd be dope. I wish we had room at our place for one of these, but garage taken over. Freaking, my room's freaking packed. There's like no room in there. While they kind of do a checkup on the car and, you know, write down what they see currently, I'm gonna go ahead and run through parts that we have in this JDL Auto Design turbo kit, you guys. So I got this kit mainly because, well, for one, I really like, you know, JDL and what they do over there. A lot of the stuff is in-house. I met Jesse last year, actually, at WECFest, and we kind of chopped it up and everything, and super cool guy. So, you know, I reached out, and they were willing to work with us. So I just want to say big shout out to JDL Auto Design for hooking us up with this turbo kit. Let's just go ahead and open this up and see exactly what we got for this kit, because there's a couple different things and different features you can actually throw on to this kit. So, okay, got all the piping and tubes here, got all the flanges. Like, we got some V-bands here. I love that because V-bands are awesome. So this is basically all of the piping we got here. They could coat the piping in whatever color I wanted. He actually hit me up and said that he can do it in whatever color. I decided, you know, I wanted something a little bit shiny, so we went with like more of the polished kind of chrome look. The only downside to that is over time it might, you know, start to kind of like peel and you might have to redo it again, but that's okay because it's not like we drive this thing every day. It's more or less a weekend warrior, so I don't mind redoing it at the time that we have to redo it. We got the intercooler right here as well, I believe. So one thing that's pretty cool about this is I kind of like read into it, looked into it a little bit, and I know you can't see because it's, you know, pretty wrapped up and everything, but this is actually a, I don't know how do you say it, I don't want to butcher their name, but pretty well known, Koyorad? I don't know if I'm saying that right, don't butcher me in the comments, but but it's very well known brand, so I'm super happy about that. Definitely gonna look nice. We're gonna go ahead and delete the front grille when we put that one on, so it will be exposed and show. All right, everybody, this is Nick over at Studio RSR. So he has been helping us out with like this whole freaking process, so big shout out to you, man. Thank you so much for freaking being patient with me and like just kind of running me down what I need and like and teach me everything. And so it's really cool because he actually had his own 86. He drives a Super now, right? Yeah. Like I said, I just want to kind of give this guy a quick shout out because of all the help that he's actually been giving us, and I'm pretty sure he's going to keep us updated throughout this whole process. So right now, he came in the middle of the unboxing, which is cool because he already ran me through this box really quickly. So like I said, that was a bunch of piping. It was literally all the intercooler stuff. So here is the more heavier box, and this is probably where it has all the money making stuff right here. So let's go ahead, open this up. Okay, gave us a little bit of, you know what I mean? Okay, next level. That's pretty good brand too. Oh, this is nice. Sheesh, thank you so much, JDL Auto, appreciate you. I'll see that in a moment. Oh, some more goodies.
Extra goodies right there.
Yeah, this is cool. Some keychains.
Cool, and it's all labeled too, so.
Oh, that's even better.
Pretty much like the feed line This is gonna be the oil feed line for the turbo. Got your IDX injectors. I think you go 1050s.
Yeah, 1050. Yeah.
Nice, 1050s. And then this is where we get into all the good stuff. So you're gonna have the
oil pan right there.
This has the integrated bung fitting right there. And then obviously they partnered with K&N, so this is your air filter.
Yeah, so which I'm super glad about. And really quickly, don't judge me, but I was like trying to do research because I was like, did we need an aftermarket intake too, or does it already apply? So it already kind of applies with it. I kind of like looked it up and seen how the kit was. Like I said, this is all a learning experience for me. Never gone this way. So let's see what else we got here.
Right here is gonna be the fuel pump. So this
sick.
is the Walbro. So it looks like they do it with Full Blown Motorsports. It's actually the same pump I had on my car.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then this is where all of the cool noises are gonna come from. Yeah.
It's gonna sound just like that too.
Yeah. And then save this for last.
Yeah,
right?
save this for last.
Everybody's gonna want to see that last. Another oil drain line for the turbo. Probably take all of this stuff out. Push more lines, MPT fitting.
Looks like pretty thick lines though. I like that.
Yeah.
Makes me feel
This
a lot
is like
better.
for the blow-off valve, the vacuum PCV, which is gonna go in unison with the because we're doing your air oil separator or the catch can.
Yeah, so I didn't bring it in. It's in the car right now, but I did go ahead and get a Greddy oil catch can. So definitely something that we are going to need moving forward, and just keeping like the longevity of the engine and stuff, right?
And this
manifold
is the manifold. So obviously replaces the headers. This is gonna go up. This is the front of the car. So if we're gonna be looking at the car this way, it's gonna come up and the turbo is gonna sit right here, and then the downpipe's gonna come back down. And then that's the back of the car.
Nice.
So it looks like you did you do it in like the tungsten finish?
Yeah, so I did get a coating on it for
Nice.
the heat.
Yeah, Cerakote.
Yeah, so I figured that would be better, you know, in the long run.
And then I believe
right?
this is the unequal length, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this is what's gonna have the rumble. Because I know they make both.
Yeah, because right now I have the unequal length headers right now, so
Yeah.
downpipe
This
right
is
there,
the
right?
downpipe
Or part of it.
part of it, so it's gonna go down like that.
And I think that's coated too, huh? It looks like it.
Yeah. It's gonna go like that.
Jeez. One of the things that I was very like trying to be adamant about was the cooling, especially because already the car low key kind of gets hot, kind of just sitting sometimes. Like randomly, I'll see it kind of go up in temp and then drop back down. So that's definitely one thing that I was curious about moving forward.
Yeah. And then all new gaskets too.
Yes.
Gaskets, new bolts for all of the downpipe to overpipe. Because it looks like the one thing I did notice is the downpipe is two pieces. Versus like on the Gen 1K, it was one
piece?
entire one piece.
I wonder why they did it like
Probably
that.
fitment.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, probably ease of access and fitment.
Oh,
stuff
like
that.
it's easier to put it in,
Yeah.
whether if it's separated rather than
Yeah,
one
you
whole.
don't have to take the top part.
Yeah, I went with the GTX 3071R. So this is the Gen 2. They offer 3 different types of Garrett turbos, each making a pretty hefty amount of power for each one. I actually talked to Garrett at FD, and they said that this turbo is actually one of their like money makers. Like this is like their go-to turbo right
like
here.
pretty
Very
big turbo.
reliable turbo. It's able to make 650 horsepower. Definitely, I don't think we are trying to hit that number. My initial number plan for this is to hit 5. I want a good 5. If we have to dial it down a little bit, then so be it. But I want at least to touch 5. You know, like I've seen, obviously other cats, in other states turbo their car, and some have made 450, some have made 5, but had to dial it back down per the clutch. But we actually ended up having a solution for the clutch part, which is this box right here. We'll get to that right now. Which turbo did you have on yours?
I had the 3076R Gen 2.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
So it was a pretty big turbo for what it was.
Yeah.
I was at like 402 horsepower.
But you could have made...
It was capable of like 500 plus. I mean, I had a build block and everything like that, but the tune that we settled with was like right at 400.
Yeah.
Because that's all the car really needed.
I was gonna
Anything
say-
else with the wheels were gonna spin.
I was gonna say, you were saying how you were going through canyons and doing tow runs, and basically like the car would damn near like almost want to swing out, right? Yeah. So this is definitely more than what we
This
need.
is a bigger turbo than my Supra.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Oh snap, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's a bigger turbo than like a stock Supra.
This is pretty big. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't expect it to be so freaking huge. That's what she said.
It's what we all hope they say. So it's gonna sit on top like that. So if you're facing under the hood, it's gonna face that way.
Oh, okay. Now that makes more sense.
Clock it like that.
Yeah, I like how you like explain that for not only myself but for them too.
Yeah. So ultimately, like when we install this, it's not gonna just be bolt-on. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to undo this top part, and it's called clocking the turbo to get it in the right position. Because these two are separate pieces. So this is the hot side, this is the cold side. And it comes standard from factory, but we're just gonna have to adjust it to make sure that the intercooler piping runs at the right degree that they supply. Like I said, it's all stuff that's coming back from me because I did this like 4 years ago.
Then he went in big dog and got a Supra.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is everything that came with the JDO Auto Kit. You guys definitely don't need to go like this turbo. You can get the lower version of turbo, and it definitely will save you like a good chunk of money. I just figured why not pay for it now, just in case I want to make more power like later on. I kind of have the turbo already that can be able to like handle that. So that was my reasoning behind that. Like I said, I know I mentioned to you guys, or a lot of you guys that had talked to me in person about doing the 1JZ swap. I'll get more into that in a little bit, but you know how we just mentioned about how some guys were actually having clutch issues, how it was slipping once they started to make a power of like 450 or whatever. Like there's a couple of people on the East Coast that have done it already, and they were having those issues. Even HKS, when they were doing their testing with the supercharger and stuff, they said the same thing, like it was kind of starting to slip. So one of the things that we actually ended up getting was a new lightweight flywheel and a new clutch from Action Clutch. So big shout out to Action Clutch, and big shout out to Brian from Action Clutch for sponsoring the build and for getting us these parts, because I was like kind of stressing and kind of going back and forth with some other companies as well, but they're definitely close by. And they've been around since like 1960s or something, which is a long time, a super long time. I didn't know that they're around for that long. Thank you for bringing it out of the box.
And then the cool part too is obviously a lot of people with the second gen don't know this, but the transmission is the exact same from the first gen. So these are technically first gen pieces. We've already done a bunch of testing and confirmation with a couple of our previous clients that we've done clutches and whatnot. So this is kind of like the first being of finally announcing that these are parts that are available for the second gen. So super excited to get these on the car, being able to hold down that power that Des is going to be pushing on his car.
Yeah, because we ended up getting a stage 5, dude. Remember,
Yeah,
remember how we were talking and we were like, oh, stage 3.
I hope you hit legs in the gym because you're going to get leg workout.
One of my calves is about to be bigger than the other for sure.
But yeah, so they had recommended for 500 horsepower to get the stage 5. And to be honest with you, I didn't know there was that many stages. There's even more stages than that, which is crazy to me. But at first we were actually going to be going with the stage 3. And then they recommended the stage 5.
This is it's like a puck.
Oh wow, that looks freaking
This
nice,
is the
dude.
actual clutch part.
What's cool is that it's red and it matches our car. I mean, we'll never see it, but we'll know.
Corral bearing.
If you guys are watching, we'll know. Yeah, that's super sick.
Play the pressure plate. I think it's called pressure plate.
Yeah, pressure plate. Yeah, I've never actually seen that
And
like that.
This
That's cool.
box should be the flywheel.
Flywheel, right? We ended up getting the lightweight flywheel,
It's probably all wrapped up.
and I'm not knowledgeable enough to tell you more about flywheels and whatnot and the pros and cons of different ones, but
This one, like with a lightweight flywheel, best way I could describe it is it's gonna be able to drop and match speeds of the actual car for when you're putting down the torque and the power.
yeah, that's
there.
sick. Action clutch. So, like I said, we have gotten the full thing, and like I said, we still have the gauges in there, the housing for the gauges in the car, and then the Grady oil catch can. But as you can see, like
if you're thinking turboing the car was just gonna be just the kit and you're done, well, I learned pretty quickly, right? It was
There's this one saying that I tell all my clients. It's pay one, cry once.
yeah, literally, dude. As I would be calling and texting him like back and forth throughout like the time of our scheduled appointment, and I'll be like, hey, do we need this? Hey, am I gonna need this? Are we gonna be okay without this or with that? You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I meant by like
I think
being pretty patient, you know?
The biggest caveat was determining about flex fuel.
Yeah.
Because that's what's gonna maximize the opportunity of making the power.
Yeah.
You know, you could install this kit, you could be on 91, but I know for a fact that you wouldn't be super happy with the results spending all this money, and you're gonna be making around 300 horsepower.
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
exactly.
Flex really opens that gateway of making a ton of power.
Yeah, so me being like foolish and unknowledgeable, maybe there's some of you guys like me out there. I thought because the kit came with a, you know, an aftermarket fuel pump by the Walboro one, I was like, oh yeah, he, you know, Jesse from JDO said I should be able to run 85 or 91. He's like, yeah, but you need the flex fuel kit for this, you know, for it to sense, you know, the kind of fuel that's kind of going into it. And I was like, oh.
Because without it, you could run E, but the car would be E only.
Yeah.
Right? Or then you'd have to buy a separate map. Versus flex fuel, like I was explaining to you, is you could fill up half a tank, do E50, right? And then, for example, if you want to top off your gas and just put 91, it'll change the percentage and change the power on the fly so that it accommodates.
Which is actually really sick now.
Yeah.
Now that you're kind of like putting it more into like context, you know what I mean?
It's like I have it on the Supra, right? And a lot of the Supras we have here, it's like my peak power will be on like a 50-50 blend. But you know, if like I'm daily driving the car throughout the week and I really don't care about power.
Yeah,
I can top it off with 91 and it'll be like 20% ethanol in the tank, and obviously my power will go down a little bit, but it'll compensate.
Yeah, and then but you don't have to worry about like, damn, I only run on E85, and I've met a lot of those guys.
Where's the nearest E-pump? You know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I
met some of those guys who's like, yeah, it only has a E-tune, and I'm like, damn, so you need to like literally find it all the time, huh?
Yeah, you gotta have a jug with you at all times.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
That's your passenger.
I won't be here for the whole install, you guys. So definitely, if you guys get a chance, make sure you guys go to their channel too. Give them a subscribe, and make sure you guys check out some of the content that they're going to be doing, because they're going to have some of this installation stuff on their channel as well. They're going to be actually helping us out, and they'll get me some clips for us as well. But definitely, you guys can head over, and they actually have some really cool stuff on their channel as well that I've actually been following along with. I don't know if you guys have heard of the K24 Swap 86, but that is on their channel as well. They were the first to kind of do that. That is super cool. And then they definitely do a lot of Euro stuff too, you guys. So I believe you guys promote a lot of the like one-day crank hub type stuff too, right?
Yeah. So in the Beamer world, like anybody that has like a F80, F82, S55 motor or M2 comp, right? You can't forget those guys.
Yeah.
The same day crank hub. You can even see right here, like we have our graveyard of like all the OEM crank hubs, and it's like nowhere near the amount that we've done.
This
so like, these are the stock.
This is all used stuff.
Yeah, these are all like that come out of the car. These are the factory ones.
Wow.
And this has been filled up like this for some time now.
That's insane.
Some of the customers want to keep theirs. Some of them really don't care. But
that is crazy to me. What in the world? That is an insane amount. How many people come through for something like this?
Well, I mean, for example, like I said, we do them same day for the most part, depending on if they want additional services done.
Yeah.
As long as the car's brought to us by 10 a.m., we usually get it back to them by 5:30, 6 o'clock.
That's cool.
Typically, like these past couple of weeks, we've been doing one a day.
How long does that job normally take a normal shop? Because you guys are normal, but like at the same time not, because you guys do deal with a lot of
so obviously we have like we have like the recipe. We've done it for a while now. I mean, I put these posts up right for all of our clients to get new people in here, and people on the East Coast always say like, oh, I wish you guys charged what people charge over here, because we charge $1,700 out the door, right?
Yeah.
Some people will say, damn, people are charging us $3,000 to $4,000 over here in like New York or Florida, and it's like a 2 to 3 day job for them. You know.
Yeah, whereas one day for you guys.
Exactly, it's our bread and butter. We like to take care of our clients, and it's just something that we've done for so long. So it's like, you know.
Like as you guys can literally see, this is them, like at the track. Like they've done like Pikes Peak, they've done a ton of track days, so it's really cool, you know. That's why I'm very glad we actually get to work with them like this, because when we met them and we met the team here, it was stock, man. It was, you know, not looking like this, and so it's cool, right, when you get to kind of come back,
to hit round again,
right,
see you at a show and you're like, okay, yeah,
exactly.
I think,
Oh, that's cool. That's sick.
it's like anybody watching this is just like, wait, they're installing a turbo kit on a GR86, but they got nothing but
Bunch of
BMWs.
BMWs in here. No, that's one thing I kind of wanted to like iterate to you guys is, yes, they do a ton of like Euros and BMWs and stuff, but I've seen them work on plenty of other things, as well as they are pretty familiar with the 86 BRZ new gen platform. That's kind of what makes me feel a lot more better about kind of bringing our car here for them to work on it. So
other builds like that one, the G80, that's getting an ECU unlocked, so we had to send it overseas to get unlocked, and then we're doing like a bunch of parts making, like we're gonna be making like 800 horsepower on that.
nice. So people can bring it here, right? And
Yeah.
then you'll ship it out for them. All right. See, so that's something that's pretty cool too for people who are like don't want to go through the hassle of doing it. You guys will offer that service.
Yeah,
to
like
them,
an
right?
all-in-one package and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So specifically, he's doing like the upgraded intake fuel pump, flex fuel kit, and then the ECU unlock, custom tune, and everything like that. So
Nice. So we got the car into the bay. They're gonna start on the install stuff. I just had to do a couple, you know, social media stuff, get some reels and everything for that. But we are officially engaged in starting this turbo install, you guys. So like I said, I just want to give a big shout out to JDL Auto Design for shooting out this turbo kit. I know that there's not a lot of people that are turboing the cars still just yet. There is some other guys that have been kind of talking to from like, you know, other states that they are kind of starting to get into it and dabble into it. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we will be the first one to boost this platform in California. So I know there's other guys out there that had already done it and had already gone through, you know, some things with it. So we're definitely learning off of them as well. Make sure you guys go and check out Studio RSR on IG. You guys check out some of their vlogs as well on their channel. Super dope stuff. I will try to get as much as content as I possibly can, but it's not easy, you guys. Like, you know, they still need to kind of do, you know, all the other, you know, stuff that they do, and then, you know, along with kind of getting the footage of what we're doing now. So I know a lot of you guys would like to see the tuning aspect of it, so I'm trying to work something out so where we might be able to come here. Maybe I'll like leave work early and come to when they're doing the tuning and everything. So I believe it's going to be Counter Space Garage, if I'm not mistaken, that's going to be doing the tuning. So that will be later on this week. So definitely, if you guys have not already, please give me a big thumbs up, you guys, because like I said, we are staying true to what we do on this channel and this build right here. Alright, so it's come down to the end of this vlog, so I just want to really quickly give another big shout out to Studio RSR along with JDL Auto for working with us on the turbo kit and Action Clutch. Those companies are definitely a vital point into all this kind of happening and making sure stuff, you know, is working, you know, how we need it to work for what we're trying to make. Thank you to all of you guys for freaking helping out. Another thing I kind of wanted to address is the fact that we were supposed to do a 1JZ swap on this car. So I know I talked to a lot of you guys in person and had mentioned that I was getting ready for the 1JZ swap. But once it kind of came down to me getting, you know, the sponsorship from JDM of California and, you know, me gaining the money and finances for the engine swap and everything like that, I thought to myself, with the amount of money that I had and what we're trying to do, the majority of that money was going to go into doing the engine swap. And so there might have been fab, there might have been, you know, other things that we didn't expect that we had to pay for, but ultimately it was just going to take a chunk of money that I was kind of like, damn, if I go this route, I'm going to use the majority on doing the engine swap, and it will leave us with nothing to do other things. So I just wanted to be transparent and, you know, let you guys know that, you know, I want to grow more. And so if I just throw in a bunch of, you know, money that, you know, it's not easy to get, right? I work hard for, my money, and, I plan for everything. And, I'm still, micro, like, YouTuber and everything. I'm not, like, one of the big YouTubers and everything. So I really have to make more, like, in-depth financial, like, moves, right? And the reality of it is that it just wasn't in the right financial, needs of what I should be doing. So we still are able to do something cool with the engine. It's just at a lower cost. And then, like I said, I wouldn't have been able to buy like the Z, right? And then I wouldn't be able to like make merchandise. So that is another thing that I wanted to mention to you guys is, I'm currently in the middle of trying to make some t-shirts for you guys. So that way there's another avenue of revenue coming in, but also another chance for you guys to support the channel and what we do. So I really hope I get you guys' support on that aspect of things. I want to make cool things though, you know what I mean? I want to make stuff that you guys will look at and be like, damn, that's cool, I want to buy that, not just come out with merchandise just because. I won't be there for the install completely, as much as I would love to be there for, a lot of the vital things on the install and get you guys more information and everything like that, because this is still, fairly new. There's not a ton of people that are turboing the FA24s on the second gen GR86 platform. There's been people that have done engine swaps. There's been other people in other states that have done the turbo kits to their cars. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you guys could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we will be the first ones in California to boost the FA24 on the second gen platform. So really, really cool. Very, very excited. This is such a cool thing. I've never ever thought that we would get to this point. Like, I had an idea, but just the fact that we're here in this moment and this is what's going on, so super cool. And I'm glad I get to bring you guys along, and I'm glad you guys are so supportive. So thank you guys so much for supporting the channel for so long, for supporting me and my dreams, and I hope to inspire some of you guys and, keep that energy kind of going within this channel, and to, support one another. And that's basically more or less what this channel is about, being able to inspire and connect with you guys on a different level, So thank you guys so much. If you guys haven't already, subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do that right now, and, be notified for, the next upcoming stuff we have coming, because we have the tune coming. We have, a couple other events coming up and for the month of May. So I'm definitely very excited for the things we have planned. That's all I got for this episode. So make sure you guys live long and prosper. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.